Hello, this is Reverend Angelia with today's Bible reading. Today's reading comes from Revelation 2 to the church in Ephesus. And it could be to any church anywhere now. Just because it was written specifically to them, it applies to us today. To the angel of the church in Ephesus, write. These are the words of him who holds the 7 stars in his right hand and walks among the 7 golden lampstands. Okay, so right away we're kind of like, what? But you have to remember, Revelations is in images and visions. It's not literal. I know your deeds, your hard work, and your perseverance. I know what you cannot tolerate, that you cannot tolerate wicked men. That you have tested those who claim to be apostles, but are not, and have found them false. You have persevered, excuse me, and have endured hardships for my name, and have not grown weary. Yet I hold this against you. You have forsaken your first love. Remember the height from which you have fallen. Repent and do the things you did at first. If you do not repent, I will come to you and remove your lampstand from its place. But you have this in your favor. You hate the practices of the Nicolaitans, which I also hate. He who has an ear, let him hear what the Spirit says to the churches. To him who overcomes, I will give the right to eat from the tree of life, which is in the paradise of God. So see, we're gonna break this down a little bit, look at it, because a lot of people have problems with Revelation. A lot of people don't even like to read Revelation, but it's important because Jesus showed these things to John the Revelator. So we would know these things. Now, when he talks about to the angel of the church in Ephesus, clearly this is something that God has said, and the spirit of the church is what he is talking about. He's not addressing a specific angel, but the words of him who holds the 7 stars in his right hand and walks among the 7 golden lampstands. Okay, now we talk about earlier when we were talking about the 7 spirits of God. Okay, so that is what is generally considered to be the 7 stars and the 7 lampstands, the lights for people on earth. I know your deeds, your hard work, and your perseverance, and that's to the people who are working hard and persevering. I know that you cannot tolerate wicked men, that you have tested those who claim to be apostles, but are not, and have found them false. And that's, Christians who like to talk the talk, don't walk the walk, or, like I said, back to, literal things that, people kind of twist and bend and stretch to suit what they want it to be, whether it's back up their, sexist, racist, exclusive belief system. You have persevered and endured hardships for my name and have not grown weary. That's for those, who have endured hardships. Being a Christian is not easy in this world because, Christ's kingdom is above. We know who rules this world, so we're going to have hardships. So, again, he really wants us to not grow weary, to realize he's in charge, he's got this, stay the course. Yet I hold this against you, you have forsaken your first love. And the churches in this time that come about were because of Jesus. So the first love is Jesus. Remember the height from which you have fallen. It's because, if you love Jesus, but then you go backsliding, that's a long way down. Repent and do the things you did at first. Because, new Christians are ready. They're gung-ho. They're all in. And then as time goes on, you might cool off a little bit and, not be as active as you were. If you do not repent, I will come to you and remove your lampstand from its place. So, the lampstand, is one of the spirits who watches over, the churches, the 7 churches. So he's saying if you're a wicked church and you're not doing the right thing, he's going to take that spirit from your church and it's just going to be, a place for people. But you have this in your favor. You hate the practices of the Nicolaitans, which I also hate. Now, I don't know what the Nicolaitans were up to back in the day. You can go Google that if you want to and figure it out. I know there was a lot of stuff going on back in that day that I find disturbing. But, so, anyway, we're talking about some sin here to not be like them. He who has an ear, let him hear what the Spirit says to the churches. Which Spirit is saying, y'all became a church for Jesus. Don't backslide and forget about that. To him who overcomes, I will give the right to eat from the tree of life, which was forbidden in the beginning, which is in the paradise of God. So he's saying, if you persevere and believe and stand fast, you're going to get, the blessings when you go to be with him. And that's all for now. Until next time.